Welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, the 27th of October. Last couple days have been a little bizarre in that I've not been able to see your comments on our stream here, so I'm gonna see if I can pull that up as well. But it is, yeah, I dream of Jeannie. That's right. Oh, there you go. It is gonna be a beautiful day, 63 degrees, a little warmer than yesterday, which I found almost shockingly cold. I tried to go for a mountain bike ride yesterday and cut it short because it was so cold.
Good morning.
We're in surprisingly good spirits for
but I'm suffering from sleep deprivation because I just went to, I'd consider myself proficient on the serger, and I just went to use the jet air threading, and I was pressing on the foot control going, why isn't this thread?
So the dog had us up at, the dog is on East Coast time, so Momo has us up, although he's super quiet. Like, I wonder if we should wait until he freaks out.
I think you should wait. He woke up at 3.
He gets up at 3 and he moves around and he like very quietly bites on his crate and kind of shakes the crate. But you take him outside and he immediately goes.
Even when he goes, he's so cute.
And then
everything about him is so cute. When I hold him in my arms and he looks up at me with those green eyes and his little face.
Before he tries to bite your face off.
My heart melts. I am just a puddle.
Kind of like how when we met.
Yeah. It was the same when we met. And you used
before I bit her face off. So,
yikes.
He's pretty sweet.
He's
super gentle and he's pretty mellow. He's not super loud.
So, because when he tries to bite your face off, he does it so gently.
He chews on my beard.
He loves Patrick's beard.
He like lays down and he just sits there and chews on it.
He loves my ponytail.
Yeah. So, anyways, he had us up at 3 for about 40 minutes, and then he crashed back out until 6:26.
And I got up with him.
And then he was ready to party.
To go.
He was ready to party.
And we have in our house, our kitchen leads into our dining room, which leads into, we call it the family room or TV room, and it's 2 steps, 2 little steps. They're not even full steps, and he won't go up those. But this morning, I was looking for him, and we have French doors there, glass doors, and I was looking for him in the dining room. I didn't see him, and then I look, and there he was on the other side of the glass. So he went up the 2 steps today, which he wasn't gonna do.
He's gotten more comfortable. So
it's Mary's birthday today.
Did you give it to Sandy Simmons? If you have that Janine Babbage pattern,
Yes. I'll go check.
Yeah, he's definitely still on East Coast time.
Well, his breeder, I talked to her. She sent me a note saying that. I was like, maybe he's jet lagged. And she goes, well, I usually get him up at 4 and feed him between 5 to 6, 4 o'clock East Coast time. Which, that makes sense why he's ready to go at.
He's like, it's so funny though, because he's super quiet. Like the last 2 days, I've heard,
sleeping with you in the bed.
What I've heard is him.
I'll let you answer that one.
He bites the cage and he just kind of rattles the cage, like he's not making any noise. And it's the last 2 nights. It's been the same. He's just kind of like, "Hey, I'm awake." When I kind of peek down there, he is wide awake. He started in the crate But when we got
and we were
back,
like,
he ended up in
"He's
bed
not-
with us.
He's not getting in the bed. No dogs in the bed. No dogs on the couch ever with this guy."
He hasn't been on the couch with me.
Oh, I picked him up and put him on the couch yesterday.
But he's been on the bed because at 3 a.m.
He was so cute.
But and he crashes
Patrick
about 30
put him in the bed.
minutes
Patrick
later.
put him in the bed with us. I was like, "Ooh, I'm glad it's you and not me." And then,
and then last night she's like, "Let him just sleep in the bed with us."
I was like,
"No,
because
he's fine."
We made him cry it out in the crate, and he was
He whimpers for like.
And his whimper, oh, is it the cutest?
Not really.
It's like-
Not when you're trying to sleep.
It's like, oh, it hurts my heart. I need to help him.
No, he's fine.
I'm taking him to the vet today, so he's got to go. He's got to go to the vet. We take him to Galena Veterinary with Dr. Ford, so he's got a 4:15 appointment. So I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna bring him to the store for just a little bit.
He can't really come to the store. He's going back home.
Just before his appointment, just to show the girls.
Okay. Yeah, we're working on the crate. We're gonna stick
He barely
to it.
talks. He only talks when he's like, "Don't leave me in the crate. I might die. I need to be with you." That's the only thing he has said.
And then
so
he
far.
goes right to sleep. Yeah, we're working on the crate. So, what do we have to talk about today?
I got nothing done this weekend. All that stuff I thought I was gonna get done, I didn't get anything done.
I don't know how we're gonna get filming and home stuff
I don't know how
done.
we're gonna get anything done anymore.
Next couple months are gonna be a little interesting.
And Violet's on puppy duty, but she's so up for it, and she's been such a great
Puppy
mini
mama.
mommy. Yeah, mini
no
mommy.
doubt.
And Kai's
Kai is slowly working into the puppy makes him nervous, I think.
yeah, which is he's like scared to pick him up, and just a little unsure of himself around the puppy. So
Has the Snowflake hat class changed dates?
no, it's still the same date that we put it on. So does some
There are 2 sessions now, though.
oh yes.
The first session's full, and there's a second.
Yeah, I mean, it was popular. So we had to add another session. So there's another session. Do we know when that other session is?
I think it's the following Monday.
The following Monday.
I
So
think
if
one's
you...
on I want to say one's on the 23rd and one's on the same day as the snowman.
Yeah, so it's the following Monday. So he will be like a toddler. He is like a toddler, and he's oh god, and he's so soft. Oh, and that face. He hasn't said anything, but he's in love too. You
No,
haven't
I
said,
like the dog. I mean, I'm
see
like
his language. I like the dog.
No, I like. Listen, I like. He's our dog.
He loves him.
I know
He's
what
to-
the next couple of months are
He's
gonna be like.
totally smitten, and he won't say it, but he's.
I love the dog. The dog's
he's
great.
He's so smitten. He's in love. He's in love. Puppy naps are wonderful too. He'll play like crazy, and then he's like, and then we were worried because he was like, those babies when they fall asleep and you're like, wake up, and their head just like rolls around. We used to call them drunk babies, like our babies.
That was like after they got up in the morning and they ate.
Yes. So he's been like that at night. I'm like, come on, get up. We need you to sleep through the night. And he's like so
He was
totally
out
passed
at
out.
like 9 something last night. But
More-
that was like
more
midnight.
Like 8. More
Midnight
like 8.
East
And
Coast time.
for like 3 hours, like he was totally passed out, and I thought, wow, he's gonna party tonight. So it is Technique Tuesday, and
That it is.
And did you have any announcements? I think you announced that service is caught
yeah,
up.
service is get your machines in now. The guys have been on
It's holiday
it's been a
season.
long run. What I mean by that is it's just moving really, really efficiently in service. And that is a great place to be because generally like when we see that it continues. So right now we're about a week out. We're delivering machines actually just earlier than a week. In fact, the guys are starting today doing kind of a cleanup and purge, which we haven't done in a long time because we just haven't been caught up. So, I mean, their work area is going to be more efficient too.
You know what there's time for? That industrial. Let's put it in the queue.
Which industrial? The one we don't have a belt for?
Why haven't we ordered one? We've had it for a year.
Because we haven't had time. So anyways,
nice
any news on
changing of
Luminaire
the
upgrade?
subject.
No news. Have no idea. I mean, at this point, I'm almost like...
We get it when we get it.
Yeah. I mean,
you call him
they
again?
told us, well, what is he going to tell me?
He could give us shipping confirmation or something.
He sends me that via email. So he did tell me last week...
Before the end of the month.
That he expected that he'd been told by Brother that all back-ordered product would ship by the end of the month, which would mean in theory that they should ship this week. I've asked him 2 or 3 times for a date, and he has, I mean, at this point, he doesn't even want to give me a date.
I gotta go now.
No, like at this point, he's like, I'm not even going to give you a date because he's given us a couple of dates that they have not lived up to. It is really, it's the hoops that are holding everything up.
I don't know why they don't just send us the upgrades.
Because they can't. That's why they got good pricing.
Are they bundled together?
They're bundled.
They're in a package together.
I don't know if they're actually packaged together. Well, we got Brother upgrades. Were they packaged together?
No.
Yeah. So
No.
they can't. So
They can.
They can't.
They can.
Or if they want to charge us $200 more, they will.
No, they don't have to do that either.
Well, that's basically how things are working there.
Okay.
So,
this is how we talk when the camera's not rolling. They can. They can't. They can. They can't.
I'm just saying they won't. Whether they
They
can,
won't.
whether they can or
That's
they
it.
can't,
They
won't.
won't.
They won't.
Yes.
So
That's the operative word.
I mean, that was really the option. They were like, "Great, if you want to separate the 2 orders, we'll send them separately. We're just going to charge you $200 more."
Yes,
and
Lorraine
so-
Marlowe, we service everything, all makes, all models. Your Evolve, absolutely. Just bring it in.
Yeah, all makes and models.
And then you need to call Cindy.
Cindy, you can call me at your convenience too. I've got a couple of calls I got to make first thing this morning, but midday is great. I hope surgery went well. Was that yesterday or was that a
Cindy
week
is the
ago?
one that had the.
Well, we don't need to tell anybody about Cindy's scenario.
Is that like the HIPAA? Did I just violate?
No, I'm just saying like.
Well, you're the one talking about surgery.
I just said I hope it went well yesterday.
Yeah. So, yeah, we hope that finger's feeling better.
No, they are not wrapped together.
Yes, Shirley,
yet.
as soon as our eyes locked, it was just like me and Patrick. As soon as our eyes locked.
So I think you got your bundle from a. So something happened where one dealer bought all the bundles that were in the country. So
Yeah,
that was
that's
kind of a
why
Brother deal. Like Brother sent all of the bundles to 2 dealers that negotiated to buy all the available bundles that were already in the country. So
That's why we're waiting.
that's why we're waiting, even though we ordered them at the same time. Isn't it amazing? Thanks. Good morning. Hi, Linda Pond. Hi, Linda Pond. Yes, it went well. Can't type. No more needle. Yay. So, Technique Tuesday.
Okay, Technique Tuesday, I had a request. I need a foot control. Hang on 1 second. I can't do this without.
Somebody asked about blind hen.
Yep.
And so that is our technique
Oh, you know what
today.
I should have done? Is I should have, no thread, no bobbin.
We are selling the Solaris magnetic hoop, Shirley. The challenge is you have to have the upgrade to really utilize the hoop. So it will not recognize that size without the upgrade. So if you're interested in the magnetic hoop, we've had phenomenal feedback about the hoop. All the hoops that we've received so far, Baby Lock and Brother, we have actually sent out the door to a customer, so neither Jeannie nor Michelle have received their hoops.
We have no hoop.
Nor do we have a hoop for use as
I
a demo
haven't even
in
been
the
able
store.
to play with one.
So we have literally sent every single one that we've received. I think 60 of them so far.
60?
Well, between Baby Lock and Brother, for sure.
60 of the magnetic hoops?
Well, between the
We had
two
like 25
pre-orders.
Solaris ones or 30, and then maybe 10.
So, anyways, the everyone that we've received so far has gone home with the customer. We've heard amazing things about the hoop. We actually haven't used it. However, in order to utilize the hoop and make use of the hoop, you have to have the upgrade. So,
You ready? So let's go ahead and we are going to do some blind hemming. And
under what scenario would you use blind hem?
okay, so you know those fancy pants you have in your closet that you wear and they're too long and it's annoying? Or have you ever seen somebody where you're like, you notice their pants are too long, you go, oh, she should really blind hem those. So now you will know how to do a blind hem. So first step is using the right foot. And this foot, and I'm showing you what's going to work on a Baby Lock and Brother. It's the R foot. And what makes it special is it has this little flange that goes down the center of it. And in addition, it has this like bar, like, I don't know if you can see it.
It's also a little stitch finger on the foot.
Oh,
Which,
that's a good way to describe it.
That's a stitch finger. So when the
he knows a lot for somebody who's never done a blind hem.
well, that
I
stitch finger is important because it dictates how the thread travels during the stitch.
He's so good at describing things.
You have those on your serger too.
Yeah, so there's a stitch finger on this. And when you go ahead, I don't know if you can. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the machine. When you put your blind hem foot on, the flange, you cannot put this to the left of the flange because this whole left part is one piece. You need to put it to the right side of the flange or that little sewing guide. The stitch you're going to pick, there's two different stitches that you can use for your blind hem. And which one? Where is it? Do you see it? Oh, here it is. Okay, so there's 36 and 37. Those are the two recommended stitches. 36 is going to be for woven fabric, and 37 is going to be for knit fabric.
Now, this is unique to this machine. Like, they may be different stitches on your machine.
Yes, but it looks similar. I mean, if you're on like a Janome or a Viking or a Pfaff or something like that, just look it up in your manual. It's going to tell you which stitch to use, and it's going to have, there's usually one for woven fabric and one for knit fabric. I'm using a knit fabric, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do stitch number 36. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. I'm going to go to this folder, and I'm putting in 36. And you're going to see it's going to show me my stitch, and it's going to tell me what foot it recommends, which is the R foot, and that's what I have on it already. Let me show you how I have my fabric prepped. So I just went ahead, this is green fabric, and if I had been more thoughtful about it, I would have picked a fabric that had a wrong and a right side, because it matters with the way you fold it. And the hardest part about doing a blind hem, to me, is just figuring out how to fold your fabric. So what I like to do is finish the edge off, whether I do that with a serger or whether I do it with an overcasting stitch. And now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to assume this is my back side. So this is the back side of my fabric. Okay, so I'm working on the back side. All you do is you pinch your fabric and you figure out where you're going to, where you want the hem to be, right? So I would go ahead and I would press it. Hang on, let me take off my sleeves, are getting in the way. So you would go ahead and press your fabric down, and you know, you could go ahead and press it with the iron, and then you fold back. So a little bit, and this is the wrong side, this is the right side. You fold it back, so a little bit of the other side is peeking out. So if you're looking at it from the side, it's going to do kind of like a little zigzag like that. But you need a little bit of the hem. So I'm going to show you that one more time because this is the hardest part. People seem to get confused, but there's a great picture in the manual too. Just fold it back like that. You want a little bit of this side to be exposed. This is where the flange is going to ride right next to the fold, and it's going to go stitch, 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 and I call it a bite. It's going to take a stitch that's like a bite, stitch, 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 bite, stitch, 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 stitching on this part right here, and then taking a bite into the fold. And that's what's going to give you that gorgeous blind hem stitch. I know when I was younger, my mom showed me how to just do it with a needle and thread, but it's so nice once you're able to just do it on the sewing machine. Okay, so just take it, rotate it this way. This again is your finished edge. This is your fold. Now, a blind hem is a stitch that you have a zigzag. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to start so that your fabric is in front of the hole in your needle plate, because when it goes to do that zigzag, a lot of times it pushes the fabric down in there. So I like to start so it's a little bit beyond the hole in the needle plate. And a lot of times when you're doing this, you're doing it in the round. You're doing it on the bottom of a pair of pants, or you're doing it on the bottom of a skirt or something like that. So I'm going to do this, and let's go. I like to do it a little ways and then I check it because I want to make sure that it's taking enough of a bite. So I'm going to just turn it to the side, and I'm barely, Patrick, I feel like you're almost too close. Are you looking like you can't really see it all? I feel like I'm barely getting a bite at all. I don't think they can see that at all.
Well,
here,
I
I'll
think
hold
it's
it over
the
here.
light.
So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my machine, and let's have it take a bigger bite. And how you do that is right here. So I can go ahead and adjust my width, and I'm just going to go and minus it. And you're going to see that it shows you which way that it's going to go. So I'm going to go 1 over this way. If you do this, it'll show you the arrow going the other way. So that's going to be different when you do that. So I'm just going to start off by doing 1. If that's not enough, then I'll hit it again, and I'll do it another time. You know, I need to do shut off my light. So let's go ahead and see if that's enough of a bite. Turn it, and that looks good. I think I've got it. So I'm going to turn it back. So, you know, you could do a little scrap piece first just to make sure. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll go ahead and show you.
Here, pull it out over here. I think part of the challenge is it's green thread on green fabric.
So you have that, and now I can just open it up. And I would actually, that's a pretty small bite too. Do you see that? Because I'm using a lime green. I would probably move it over to the 2, left to the 2, and then you'd get a little bit of a bigger bite. Now, the whole reason they call it as blind hems is so you don't see this. So ideally, you would pick a color that would blend with this. So if you're doing your black pants, you're going to use black thread. But you'll just see those little, it's almost like a ladder stitch, those little threads going across. And that's going to be your blind hem. If we wanted, we could just hit this one more time.
You're going
Now,
+2.
I'm going
minus 2.
2, yep. I think -2 is going to be the perfect. So don't be afraid to make some adjustments. It's the holiday season, so, well, I was going to say dinner parties and family gatherings, but I guess not this year.
I was talking to somebody yesterday that was like, yeah, I'm going to a Halloween party, and I was like, what?
There you go. That's what I like. Do you see the difference here? You can kind of see those stitches across. This one, you can barely see them. That's not enough to me. I like it to be a little bit. This is perfect.
A little bit bigger stitch.
Yeah, a little bit bigger bite over there. And then from this side, you're going to see it's just going to have your hem. And this is what you would have done by hand back in the day. This stitch here where you just catch a little bit and go over and catch a little bit. And that's going to be your blind hem. sent out emails showing us. Oh, yay! Okay, I'll have to go back. I haven't looked at all those emails. Painters and masking tape work well also. Is that for the blind 10?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Melinda, I can't even place it. You posted something this weekend. I can't even tell you what the project was, but all I remember thinking was, oh, it was beautiful. So whatever you posted this weekend, I loved it.
Your sleep deprived live stream.
Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Tuesday sleep deprived live stream. Okay.
Oh, wow. We have a new song, too.
Yes. So, Michelle, do you want to talk about the deal of the day?
Yeah. What is the deal of the day? Oh. Oh. Oh.
So let's go through
Here,
the deal
I'm going
of
to
the
trade
day.
places
Yeah.
with you. Bye, ladies.
All right. So I saw these. I'm always looking for something fun. And I saw these at one of my distributors. And it is... Oh, look at this. You can't even turn the thing. It's called a fat quarter bag because we always need more storage.
But I don't really have fat quarters because I don't really quilt. But what I do have is I love to applique. And when I first saw this, I got really excited because I can fit all my applique stuff in it.
Isn't that beautiful?
So literally, when I knew I had this piece of fabric, I would never have found it in the way I had it before. But now even the teeniest pieces actually show in the bag. So, and this is my first one. I've got almost 3 of them filled now, and they are actually color coordinated
Aren't
as
they
well.
nice?
Yeah.
So this is really great too. The other thing that's nice about it,
They're very stackable.
yeah, so they're stackable. You can see, and they have the nice little handle on it. These dividers in here, you can take them out, or you could have one divider in. So they Velcro. There's little Velcro right here. So you can have it in the 3 sections that Michelle has it, or you could take this one out and then, you know, put your bigger pieces over here, and then just like little ones over here. I think I ordered 10 of them. Michelle's claimed 3,
Yeah.
and then I took 1, and then I guess we have 5 because we all grabbed one.
We all grab them.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I have, and I know none of you have this, but I have more 4-inch pieces or smaller of fabric for appliques than I actually know what to do with. The problem is I could never find them.
This is such a great
This
idea.
is a great idea because it's fall, so all the fall colors are together.
Mine are just shoved in. I have like
Yeah.
I have like one little, basket.
a
They're
basket.
just shoved in there.
And you can never find anything.
Your applique pieces are so nice.
There's years worth of applique pieces because I don't throw them away because I know I'm going to use
Yeah.
them. The problem is I could never find them. Now I can.
So I think these are normally $12.99, and I think they're on the site for either 20 or 25% off. I can't remember what they are, but they're discounted. I will order more of those depending on what the interest is. And we've gotten so many. I've got a lot of great stuff coming up for our deal of the day, so we're super excited
Well,
about
and
that.
we're all comprising our lists for the
Yes.
top features. So this weekend, I actually did a little quick video on cutting polar fleece on my Scan and Cut, and it actually turned
How
into
did that go?
It actually turned into a comedy club because, I don't take the bloopers out. And so I made the video, I was filming the video, and I actually got a perfect cut 4 times. And in the middle of that
didn't
video,
stick. It wasn't.
it did not.
And you know how sometimes when you cut like fuzzy things on your cutting mat, it pushes the.
Yes.
And then you have this line of fuzziness.
So
Nothing like that.
No, and I did a comparison between, because it's something that I get asked a lot, why I would prefer Misty Fuse over Steam-A-Seam. And so in this case, when you cut polar fleece, you need the freezer paper, which is the best
so you
transfer.
sandwich it
I
between
sandwich it so it
freezer
can't go
paper.
anywhere. But I still wanted the applique on it because I'm lazy. Once I get to the sewing machine, I just want to have my little iron and
Yeah,
go.
especially if you've cut them down to little pieces.
So I actually put the
I'm
Misty
thinking out
Fuse.
loud as she's explaining this.
So
I'm
I put the Misty Fuse on the back of the polar fleece, and then I sandwiched it between freezer paper. when I did the Steam-A-Seam
So
test,
the Misty Fuse doesn't stick to
No.
the freezer paper?
but the Steam-A-Seam was a train wreck. It would not come off the freezer paper.
Wow.
And the actual transfer paper from the Steam-A-Seam
Yeah.
wouldn't stick once I had it fused to the polar
That's
fleece.
so interesting.
So it was like, yeah, Misty
So
Fuse for the win.
Michelle's done all of the experimenting and you don't need to.
Yeah. And the last one, you have to wait till the last end of the video because I got 4 that were perfect videos.
Yeah.
And my husband called every single time in the middle of them. So I had to redo them. And the last one, the knife grabbed my piece of polar fleece and drug it completely off the mat, but it was still a perfect cut. So how can you
Really?
complain, you know?
That's awesome.
It was a great video.
That's so funny.
You know-
Some of you have watched it then.
Yeah, I don't really edit out the bloopers because I think that when you see that I have to do the same kind of trial and error that you do, then you know that you're not doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
just
that's-
trial and error.
That's how we learn. Those moments I think stick with us even more than the ones that go perfectly.
Yeah. And I'm willing to do the Comedy Central where it pulls the stuff right off the mat
Yes.
before you.
Thank you, Miss Betty. This is a Sundance catalog purchase. You know, my favorite catalog. Excellent. So this is going to be the deal of the day. I think I don't have my computer in front of us, but I think I went over yesterday what we have going on this week, and we will be back tomorrow. So
Friday, Scan and Cut Friday this week. The embossing. Don't not be there. You have to see it. It's amazing.
yes. So that's going to be super exciting. Show you just something else you can do with your scan and cut. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Be creative. Make something awesome.